From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov.
So Hattori Hanzo wanted to compare the BCM-104 with the 416. Now you're listening to the BCM-104 right now with no EQ. And the Neumann BCM-104 is purpose-built for broadcasting for voiceover work. It's meant to be used this close up. It's got a pop filter built in behind the grill. And it also has kind of a smoother top end, and it has a little bit of a subdued bottom end so that you're not overpowering whatever preamp you're going into when you're broadcasting, when you're recording from this close up. So let me pop on some EQ real quick. All right, so this is what it would sound like. This is more of a work sound for me with a little bit of EQ popping the 9K and the 4.5K like I usually do. So overall, it's a very clean sound. I like this sound. Save 10% off with promo code microphone. Sounds great. All right, 416. All right, so this is the 416 with no EQ. And right away you hear it's going to sound pretty muffled in comparison. Now the 416 is not designed to be used close up, right? I think we know that. It is designed to be used like off camera, really, a foot above your head on a boom, or, on top of a camera pointed at you from like a foot or 2 feet away for an interview. So it has this really large bottom end when you're on top of it to compensate for distance. And it has a weird high end, like the high end is very peaky because it's meant to compensate for tape, because this was designed in the 70s, over 50 years ago, this overall design. Right? It started as a 12-volt T-powered microphone, and then they converted it to P48 for Phantom. But in general, it's kind of the same design, right? And so it goes back quite a ways. It wasn't really meant to record to digital, because digital didn't exist. So let's put a little EQ on it. That's a little bit better. It's a lot better. So it does clean up pretty easily. Again, with a little bit of EQ. This is really, just a touch of 4.5 and rolling back at 120. Couple of dB. It's still a little crispy. It's definitely a sound I think would have to be tinkered with. But overall, it's the same EQ right now on both of them. Get 10% off with promo code microphone. Right? Right? That's the 416 sound that we all know. But from these two microphones, right, which one do you like better? You like the 416? Or do you like the BCM-104? Now, the BCM-104 feels less saturated. It feels like there's a little bit less sustain on the signal. If you understand what I mean, it's a little bit more crisp sounding. Whereas the 416 feels a little bit more like, I would say sustained saturation. It feels a little bit more gritty. And I think that's the thing that people don't necessarily love about the 416 is that it's not a beautiful sounding microphone on its own, but it does cut through a mix. It's very effective at what it does. And the BCM-104 has more of a radio broadcast sound, a little bit more of a cleaner, much more cleaner sound. So BCM-104, 416. But let's throw another microphone into the mix. Here we go. This is the MIN Katana. So you're hearing it, of course, with no EQ. Let us turn some EQ here. All right, so there we go. It's crowded in the frame with all these microphones here. So the Katana is a microphone of my own creation. There's if you want to know more about it, there's I've done other videos about it. But I created this microphone really as to replace the 416 in the booth because this has more of a linear circuit. The circuit in here is definitely designed. It's a little bit more digital friendly because it's more flatter circuit. I think the capsule has a little bit more mid-range to it and a smoother top end. But I'm biased. This is my microphone. So here is the Katana. Get 10% off with promo code microphone all month long. So here we go. Get 10% off with promo code microphone all month long. Get 10% off with promo code microphone all month long. All right, so why don't I do this? I found a poem. I'm going to read a poem so we compare all three. So this is Shel Silverstein, The Voice. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. I flubbed that. I flubbed that read. All right, here it is on the Katana. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. Okay, 416. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. All right, so BCM 104, 416. I don't even know what microphone I'm speaking into. 416, BCM 104, and the MYN Katana. All right, so Hattori, what do you think? Which one do you like better? I want to know from everyone, which one do you like better? Leave a comment. Until next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov, fading to black.